Ghosts in Us contains serious and sometimes disturbing events and is not suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. And there is the very distinct shape
really
of a
dark
man.
Figure that was standing in the doorway.
I'm living an episode of Kindred Spirits right now.
And I just want them to tell me their stories.
So he thinks the life was sacrificed for the spell.
It had the crying boy painting.
Something demonic that was mocking me.
Are you kidding?
It was completely involuntary, but I started crying.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Ghost in Us podcast. Today, I'm with the team of Warhorse Paranormal, and we are on location at the Jericho Convent, probably one of my favorite places to date. So let's talk about you guys. Like, introduce yourselves, tell us what got you into the paranormal, and then let's just go from there.
Me first?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm DJ. I got into the paranormal field years ago. I started watching the TV shows, and it used to scare the crap out of me. But I was always fascinated with the tools and the tech that they used, so that's why I kept watching. And as I grew up, I started to wonder if I could make some of this stuff myself. So I started looking up online like what sensors and stuff they use for their devices so I could try to make it myself. And that's what I started doing. I started building my own devices. I've sold some online. These guys use them. Been doing that for like 5 or 6 years now. I just started getting back into this when they started the team here, and yeah, that's all I got.
Awesome. I'm Steve. I got into the whole paranormal ghost hunting stuff because of my wife. She has always enjoyed it, and I said, okay, well, there was like, for her birthday, I think it was, got her tickets to an investigation. I forget where it was. On Summerwind. And I said, okay, we'll go. And I will show you how they are tricking you. I will debunk all this crap. I'll show you. It's all bullcrap. And slowly, the experiences have built up to the point where I can no longer say that I am 100% skeptic. I'm still skeptical. But a healthy dose of skepticism. There's enough that's happened to me now that I can't deny that there's something on the other side. So, we've been doing this, God, quite a few years now. Enough that we've brought all 4 of our kids into it, and they are our junior investigators now. So, actually, all of our kids are. So,
That's pretty cool.
That's my gig.
I'm Drew. I've been investigating now for about 9 years. I started out at the Berlin Tannery. I've been to a lot of places. This is by far my favorite as well. When was it? We were here 2 weeks ago, and I got my grandfather through one of the devices. We don't know what's going on here. It's just something that I got into to where now I'm hooked. So, it means a lot to be a part of a paranormal community that cares and gives back.
That's awesome.
And my name is Kara. Like I said, I've had experiences since I was a small child. As a teenager, kind of the typical teenager stuff about going to cemeteries with your friends, see what you can find. And then I started actually investigating back in 2000, I think it was 16. And it just continues to amaze me, the things that we find that we can't explain. Right. And I just want more of that. And I know, like Steve talked about Summerwind, which is actually, you got your start here, I got mine there at Summerwind, which, I'm kind of sad that we can't go there anymore, right. But, it still holds a place in my heart. And that place is just so amazing in so many ways. And every place is, I think. And I don't think I've ever found a place that I don't ever want to go back to. And that's, I think, the cool part about this too. And then the people that you meet along the way. And then, like he said, my son and my husband couldn't be here today, but they are also part of the team. My son's a junior investigator, so it's kind of neat to try to train them and see how excited they are as well. And we try to train them too about not just taking things at face value, but rather to actually go out, actually see if you can find an explanation for that, and then take away their own experiences from that. So
That's really cool.
I'm Kayla, and I'm Steve's wife, the one who brought him into this. I have like 20 years of this under my belt because when I was in high school, not to make myself sound old, but digital cameras just came out. And so it was digital cameras and voice recorders, and I would go out with my friends and we would try to stop at like abandoned buildings. Back when I was okay with like trespassing.
We don't do that.
We don't do that.
We don't do that anymore, like at all. It's nice to be like in a community where you're well enough known where you don't have to do that. But 16 years old, you're out and you're like, yeah, that abandoned house, let's go check it out. Just have always had an absolute draw and passion for it, and it's really nice to keep it going. Because now it just becomes a big "I told you so" to my husband because he believes now. But it's really great on this team because we all kind of draw something different from each other. Everybody kind of has their own niche, their own thing, but we do all have that passion specifically for this location, which is why it made so much sense that this be the home of Warhorse Paranormal.
It's really cool. Like, I'm really glad. I was telling Steve about this earlier. He took us through all three of the buildings again, and it's just so much cleaner to like walk through them. Like when we were here, oh God, 21, and it was like not just open, but it was.
We were only in this building.
We were only in the convent,
and then like 6 months later, we
went
got to go into school. And then a year or so, 2 years later, we got to do all three buildings.
We've been to this spot at least once a year since we started, and like this marks 2024 for me. I mean, we investigated each place individually. We've investigated all three together. It's so crazy the amount of stuff that we get here, and like. You can have a regular old conversation right here at this dining table with whoever's here. You can go to the school, get different interactions. The church is its own bag of history. Like, I just love this place so much. So, like, what drew you guys to this place, really? Like,
I think personally, for me, it was almost an intangible feeling. It just. There was almost a sense of responsibility from the day I set foot on this property. I don't know why. The owner is now a great family friend of ours, and actually a great team friend. He's a great guy. But our kids hang out together. He comes over, he helps. I'm his personal mechanic at his house. And it was just that sense of responsibility that just kept bringing me back here. I still can't explain it. There are enough things that have happened, but that it's not even the paranormal part of it. And I keep digging into the history, going further back and finding more and talking to neighbors and things like that. It's almost like the universe just kind of twisted us all together and dropped us here and said, this is where you belong. And take care of it.
Kind of like that old saying when you like talk about love is like when you know, you know.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I completely understand that. Yep. Like, again, having been here so many times too, it's, you guys have done a lot.
Yeah, he's been working.
The back is so clean. Like, I heard you guys are here at least. You're here almost every day after work. You guys put in a lot of TLC.
But this is 100% a team thing.
Oh, for sure.
There's not one person is more important or does more or anything like that. It's 100% team effort. We wouldn't be where we are right now if it wasn't for every single one of us sitting here.
Yeah, you guys, seriously, a lot of kudos from me to see this place be brought back. And you were telling me some of the plans that everything might be going into. Ooh, you guys got a lot of stuff. And if I'd love to help, if I can help in any way, let me know.
Happy.
I'm more than willing to drive out here and do the thing. So let's talk about the paranormal side now. Let's talk about what has been maybe your favorite experience here specifically, or something that really has stuck out with you since you guys have started as a team.
Well, I'll jump in on that. I think the biggest thing that I have noticed is I'm very much so, I kind of like to be as much as I can in the background of an investigation more so. I like to be the person in Estes. I like to be the person that does all that stuff. But on 3 separate occasions with different people, there has been contact made with past loved ones. 100% sure, can I prove that without a doubt? No. But we really feel that there has been that connection there, and it begs to question, is there something with where we're located? We're on the Niagara Escarpment. It's one of the oldest fault lines in the United States. It's also the same rock that Niagara Falls falls off of. And is there something to do with that just kind of makes it, maybe the veil's just a little thinner here? Is it something with just the way things overlay here that we're able to get in touch with potentially not just past loved ones, but different dimensions? Because humans invented time. Time doesn't really exist in the world and the universe. So are we just in an area where maybe some of those dimensions kind of just collide and create an experience where you can make contact with more than just, dead people from the 1800s, because that's what seems to be everywhere, right?
Right, yeah.
So, to actually experience people who have recently passed, like as recent as less than a year ago, is it because we are in a unique dimensional zone? So a lot of just wanting to experiment more, like paranormal for so long has been voice recorder, camera, REM pod. That's what you do. And there's so much out there to explore. And here with that experience that we've all kind of shared in, and we've all kind of had that unique connection with something that actually personally connects to us. I think we're ready to just do some more of those experiments.
Yeah, for sure. So you brought up the whole, I really like that you brought it up, so thank you. Ghosts from the 1800s are everywhere. I have a friend named Kurt who also hosts a podcast here in like we're from the Manitowoc Green Bay area. He hosts a podcast, and he has talked about why don't we ever see ghosts who are like wearing clothes like you and I are wearing right now, like a hoodie, jeans, whatever, but they're always wearing like an old 1800s white shirt or a flowing white dress or Victorian era.
The lady in white. I mean, how many places
or the man in the hat.
Yeah, the lady or the man in the hat or the Joker or this or that. It's like every place you go to has the same. Well, yeah, we're investigating every location like it's exactly the same. And every location is not. It's a unique footprint on the world that we live in, so we really need to learn how to treat it as such.
Right. So what are your thoughts on why do you think that's so uncommon? Like, do you guys have any opinions on that maybe?
I think it's odd, but I think you manifest a lot of what you are looking for. People that go in with preconceived notions, those mental projections can influence your investigation. You've been reading about this, house from, 1750, and you've heard all of the stories about, John Smith, and, so that's all you're thinking when you're going in.
Right.
You're not open to the contact with anyone else. You've locked yourself in. And I think as the skeptic, when I first came in this, I was wide open. I said, I will be skeptic, but I'll be open. Because an experience is an experience.
Mm.
I don't care what it is. If I can explain it, great. If I can't, well, it's still an experience.
Yeah, for sure.
It might just be unexplained. So I think that's why if you're not open to it, you can't see it. They're not going to interact with you for sure. You know,
you can't make them tap dance, you know?
Exactly. And I think the more we try to just open our minds, I think they're trying to contact us all the time. I mean, you don't need to be here or, you know, any rolling hills or, you know, whatever.
Right.
You don't have to be at a place like that. I think those are conduits. They just happen like this. Like Kayla said, this happened as a fall, I think, somewhere special in the world or in time space.
Mm-hmm.
Something. That it makes it easier for them to connect. But you could be in Walmart getting chased by some freaking poltergeist. I don't know. I mean, there could be a demon sitting in the dairy aisle. I don't know. But
the only demon in the dairy aisle is my stomach.
But I mean, I think we just have to be more open. You know, we have to expand our mind and our willingness to go outside the box in these investigations. You hamstring yourself when you get the lock, stock, and barrel, you know, 10 questions.
Right.
What's your favorite color? And if you can you knock?
Yeah.
We hamstring ourselves with that. Mm-hmm. So that's our goal as a team is cut those limits. Lift the curtain. Let's see what wants to play. Let's see where we can go. Let's see where we can take it. Find that cutting edge next investigation method.
And I think that was one of my cool, like you saying, cut your limits on like what you ask, you know, the same 10 generic questions. That was something that happened when I was doing a thing at the asylum. It was, we were in the morgue and we had those cat balls light up, and a woman in my group goes, "Don't you think you get annoyed by getting asked the same questions 10 times a day?" And you're like, "Yeah, you know, that's fair." And shit you not, first question she asked out the entire night was, "Do you like cheese?" And it lit up on the trail, like it came out from where it was. And I'm like, that's such an interesting thought.
Yep.
But yeah, you do get hamstring, because also, do you find yourself, because I've noticed I do it a lot, when you ask questions, do you kind of not talk down, but talk to it like it's a child? Like,
oh my gosh, I noticed so many
I remember when you pointed that out to me that I did that, we were just like, oh, you can come
always
out
like raise it up at the end,
yeah,
and
you
you're
raise
like,
it up like
like you talk to it like it's a little 2-year-old when it's not.
It's Susan from down the road.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Steve has ever talked to him like children, because every other word out of his mouth is for us. But I will say, have we been around that? Yeah, but
do you ever like catch yourself doing it and you try to like?
I don't know.
filter
I
out
like to be
certain
really
words?
natural with it, like, and I feel like everyone here is pretty natural with it, because the reality is most dead people are adults.
Yes.
I get like maybe you're trying to talk in a nice tone because you're trying to draw out the nice things, but let's get real. If you're an asshole here, you're gonna be an asshole when you die. It's not like you die and wake up and look at the pearly gates and go, "Woo, I'm gonna be the sweetest person ever." That just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, assholes don't want to sit here and be like, "Oh, honey, how are you today?" They don't. Right. They want to be like, "Yeah, you."
We've heard that over.
Yeah.
More than a few times.
I think my favorite thing I've ever heard on a spirit box was where you got your nickname. We were at Randolph County Asylum, and I was in Estes, and I literally, that's the first time I've ever busted out, and I started laughing, and I'm like, "You guys, I just heard big luscious tits." Clear. They were talking about BLT here.
I never knew what that meant.
Yeah. that's what it means.
Now you know.
I never knew what that meant. Whoops. That's on the back.
Favorite memories of investigating is just those like absolutely it's when they feel human, and in that moment nothing felt more human than big luscious tits.
Right. Well, or like I can say too, we were investigating Bell Mansion. I think it was that actually same investigation. You and Steve ended up going home early, but we started a poker game at the table, and we're playing with the ghost. Of course, we had to like play for them, so somebody had to, play for them, but they called somebody out on the table, kicked them off the table because they told them they cheated. So, and we have all of this on recording, and one of our investigators was in Estes at this time. So it was kind of it's always kind of interesting when you try to incorporate them into what you're doing, treat them like, they're just one of the gang, or, you go to Farrar School and play Duck, Duck, Goose with the kids in the auditorium, things like that. Like, I think it kind of helps them trust you more too, where, it's like, oh God, here's another investigative team. Here we go with these same questions, the same type of investigating. No, I don't want to light up your REM pod. So I think like by giving them that different type of investigating style that you can bring, and treating them not like, they are a dead person, but rather like they're just sitting right here next to you, solid as can be. I think that's the way that you have to do it.
We've been getting better with that.
Oh, we definitely have. Us three had helped out at that Adam Berry event. And when we were in the basement of the Glen Beulah School, he busted out like a bunch of different like gear and stuff that like lit up, and he's like, all right, let's play a game. Like, you can do this at a certain amount of points, and if you once you hit it, I'll leave a piece of candy or something. I've done that every investigation since. I have literally done that every investigation since that. And to the point where I get activity, like I went to the Granger house with Amy and Hope a while back, and we played, and both of these little kids came through, and I was like, all right, you guys win. I'm going to take these mints from the kitchen area that they said we could take from. I'm going to leave them here for you. They're yours now. Like, that's the prize you guys win. So thank you for playing. I tried to do it at Whispers Estate when we were there. Nothing. Not a thing. So I think that just helps me elevate where I'm going in like my investigation, because I used to do the same 10 questions. We tend not to do that anymore. Yeah, we all start somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, and then we tried to like not focus on the cook or whatever.
When we went to the Washira County Jail, we
just had a conversation about soup and was being super fun and positive, and we got stuff happening.
Yeah.
Jail cell door.
All their jail cell doors are zip tied open. Because they do like historical tours there, so the kids will come through and they don't want them to lock themselves in the jail cells. And in their kitchen, they have a little window where they would put the food, so they would take it to the inmates. And we're sitting there, we're talking, shooting the shit, talking about putting love in your cooking. Oh God! And all of a sudden you hear.
And those cells are heavy.
And it was a jail door, and we're like, that's impossible. How are you getting that?
But it was so fun.
Yeah, it was so cool to get that, like, because we were just shooting the shit, and they didn't want to be acknowledged and ask questions. They wanted to just do their thing. They wanted to just be.
Right.
And it was.
And one thing, Justin from First Ward always emphasized, always have an extra chair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always. Because if you're inviting people to come sit and hang out with you, if you don't have a chair, you don't have a spot for them to sit, they don't want to talk. You. What is this crap? I'm not sitting on the floor.
Right.
And the way he explained it, I was like, shit, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So anytime we do an investigation, it's like, if I have to stand up to give a chair, I will do it. Because, hey, I want that interaction.
For sure.
Feel like you're part of us. You know, and that was like actually like mind opening. It was really awesome just to have that explained that way. Same with Richard Estep when we investigated with him, and we were in the 3rd floor of the asylum. The first thing he did, say, "All right, everyone, take a room by yourself." And he played Unchained Melody. Yeah, it was Unchained Melody. Was it?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I just
think it
remember
was.
that he like called me out in that explanation.
It was the song from Ghost.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, he's just walking up and down, and he's like, "Have it, come out, meet these people, interact with them." And he's just very smooth. I mean, if you ever heard Richard talk, he's f***ing amazing.
He seems so nice.
He is the
very
coolest
nice.
guy.
Nice.
And he explained everything. He's like, we want to interact with them on one-on-one level. What's this group? You have 20 people in a group. I'm gonna be a little standoffish too, but this is their house, and so if they're not come in, and you'll have an experience, it's gonna be one-on-one. And sure enough, I mean, everyone came out of those rooms, and everyone had an experience, but it was also, he explains, I'll let Kale talk about that, but he explained what we might be doing at that point, and it was a great explanation. But I mean, that's another example of stepping outside that realm of talking like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like having that nicety, like trying to coax somebody out.
Mm-hmm.
Just be normal. That's what coax is about. Just interact. Or if nothing's going on, just sit here and talk. I mean, I know twice while we've been talking here, I heard footsteps behind us.
I thought I saw a shadow move in the kitchen
all the
before.
time.
Yeah, there's been things moving. Well, and at one point I don't know if you saw me, I looked because I felt like somebody had come up and put their hand on my shoulder at
Yeah.
one point. And I was like,
So the first time that we were here is probably one of my favorite experiences. We just sat at this table, and for like 2 hours, I swear, time flew.
Oh, yeah.
We were just having a conversation with the fathers and Sister Maria, and we had everything on the table, and things would light up or like answer a question, and like time flew.
All
It was
we
amazing.
had was a K2 on the table.
And a cat
Yeah,
ball.
And a cat ball.
That was it.
It goes off.
And it just kept going to answer questions. We just did yes or no, and it was so cool. We were sitting
Motion
here,
light
and we had one of
upstairs.
those garage motion lights. We set one upstairs, and hunting trail cam, and we're sitting down here asking yes or no questions towards the end of the night when we were done. And we said it just stopped. So we're like, "Oh, did you go upstairs?" And we waited, and all of a sudden, garage light flipped on, and all 4 of us were sitting at this table.
So then we went upstairs.
And we were just like, and we went upstairs to try and see if we could catch anything, and nothing. So it was just, all right, we're tired, we're gonna go to bed. Walked up the stairs, boom. Woo, that was so cool.
Yeah.
That's the shit I love. Like using different things, like everyday things for
We haven't heard that
paranormal
garage light with us
investigations.
more.
Like I would walk around the store and I look at things like, ooh, how could I use that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I find
Make
myself
that.
going to like Home Depot and Lowe's so much more. now.
well,
Yeah, right.
and I think that's important for people to understand too, is you don't have to pay $200, $300, $400 for a piece of ghost equipment.
No.
You can go to like Walmart, you can go to Home Depot, you
Even
can go
if
to
you get like
Menards,
one of those
wherever.
little like motion activated like
Yeah.
dancing snowman
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
just put
like
that down.
anything could
Yeah.
be used. Like
Harbor
you don't
Freight
have to
has
spend a
its
ton
own
of
motion
money.
lights you can get cheap as can be.
Oh yeah, you can get cheap thermal
Yeah.
to take your images.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that plug into the bottom of your phone,
Yep, we
like
have
Type C ones.
Oh yeah, you can get
Yep.
one of those. Yeah, I bought one of the thermal guns.
Yep.
I do have one of those flare things for your phone, but it doesn't work on mine, unfortunately.
Oh.
works on
It
mine.
works on yours. I didn't realize it was a USB-C.
Oh, okay.
So I bought an iPhone adapter because I still have a lightning charger.
Yep.
Doesn't work, so that's a shame. But no, I digress. But yeah, so you like doing the Estes session. You like being the person in the back. What do you guys have any kind of favorite experiments you like to try and do during investigations?
I'm kind of an Estes person too. And one thing I want to try, I haven't bought them yet, but Larry Eisler at Broadhead had a pair of those goggles that you can wear for Estes. I know they're on one of the sites. But basically what it does is like you can have it, it's red light. So, but what they do
I know what you're
is,
talking about. Yeah.
and then it actually emits like a pulse as well. So it actually helps for me when I tried it. It helped me go into a deeper trance, and I've heard other people say the same thing. So that's something that I want to get, and he actually just posted it the other day, and I was like, thank you, because I was going to ask you where to get those. But it's like so amazing because like I was like really deep in it, like I didn't know what was going on until somebody came and tapped me on the shoulder. But I mean, like, even the pulses that I could hear, like, really helped with that. It was so much better than using a blindfold. It was so much better than just closing your eyes. Like,
right.
I mean, it was just amazing. But I think a lot of people take for granted, too, using their own senses.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because I feel like everybody thinks that they have to use all of the equipment. And I've had a lot of great activity just sitting quietly in a room with my eyes closed.
Yeah, by yourself.
And then once you're kind of, you know, used to the atmosphere, like seeing what happens. And I know a lot of people have thought that I've been sleeping when I'm doing this, or they're like, why are you so quiet? And I'm like, I'm trying to listen, I'm trying to hear
feel,
things,
to
I'm
tune
trying
in.
to use my senses. Because she knows.
I've done that on tours where like someone will be like, "Are you sleeping?" And because I'm laying there like this.
Yep.
Just trying to center myself in the room.
Do you got before that? When you do Estes, do you typically just like sit in a chair, sit on the floor, kind of deal, or
yeah?
Have you ever tried lying down and just really grounding yourself? I find I get a lot more, not intimate, but more
center body
directed answers. I don't know.
I haven't tried that, but
I haven't. I mean, something to try, like definitely.
Yeah.
That's what we're all about, is trying something different. But I even just said something to Steve last night about it. We're trying to decide, you know, with our renovations, what are we going to do? And I said, he thought I said something like a spoof laboratory. And I said, no, like a spook or a haunt lab, like a place where you can go where we've got like beds and comfy spaces and you can try different experiments. So, I mean, it's definitely something that had just crossed my mind last night. Like, oh, I wonder if that would be better.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Is there anyone outside? I swear when Kara was talking, I heard like voices out there.
I mean, my husband's out there, but he's in a car. He's gonna hop out of the vehicle.
Kept hearing it.
Sorry. Wouldn't be a first time.
Again, this is what I was really thankful that you guys like allowed us to like
just a great
do this out here and on a location like this. Because I was hoping like something like this would happen where we'd just be like, oh, did you hear that? It's like we're all paranormal investigators going, what's happening?
I got chased out here in the middle of the day.
Oh, yeah.
I was hanging a door right over there.
You got chased out?
Yeah. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was hanging the door. I was just putting the hinges. I was drilling them in. And clear, loud, little girl giggled. And I went, all right, not right now. Because we've heard her before.
Yeah.
I went, not right now. I said, I'm busy. Maybe I'll bring the kids out later. And I went back to do it. And the giggle was closer. And then I heard the top stair from the basement creaked. And I went,
someone's talking.
I swear, I keep hearing it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like I hear whatever lawnmower, but I just heard somebody talk.
Yeah.
From like this over here.
You're gonna be listening to the interview later.
I was gonna say, you're gonna have a full EVP session behind this.
I hope so. Honestly, God, I hope someone just like I hope either one of the reverends just comes through and just like talks.
You're full of shit. You're full of shit.
Or Sister Maria's like, you guys aren't sitting properly. I'm gonna bring the ruler down.
Sit in a high chair.
Oh.
But like you said, like, we're just shooting the shit, talking,
Exactly.
and then here we are, hearing shit and seeing stuff. And
Yep. Yeah, the top stair creaked, and I dropped my drill, and I ran out the back door because I've seen the ring, and I'm not playing.
Yeah, Steve has served in the military and has seen horrible things in life, and what is he most afraid of? A child.
Actually, you can't see that child. Right?
I don't want to see that child. No, no. But yeah, it was. I mean, we've heard her multiple times. After that, before that, she's scared of kids. I mean, just to the point, like, we had 3 of them sitting in there in the team room area. I heard we all heard it, a full conversation of 2 girls outside. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, Kayla wasn't here yet, and our other daughter wasn't here. I'm like, oh, we'll go see. Walked outside. No, nobody's there. Walked all the way around the house, came back in the front, and I had 3 statues sitting at the on the love seat in there. And they're just staring at me. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, it happened again just as you left, except they were in this hallway. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm glad they weren't outside then.
Oh my gosh.
I just like the spirits that reside here.
Yeah. Like, especially this building specifically and the school is a lot more calm.
Playful.
Playful.
Yeah.
Playful's a good word.
The school can have some intense energy sometimes, I guess.
Mainly in the basement.
I haven't had the intense energy in the school yet.
Almost overbearing. Like, not.
I wouldn't call it overbearing. I would say that it's intense, but like one night
like
we
an
were
authority.
up there with the 4 kids. It's broad daylight still because it's summer, and we have a tripwire laid in front of the kids, and a little guy by the name of Peter was playing with it, and he really had a thing for Morgan that night, our daughter. But then like they're so distracted by this going on. All of a sudden you could feel the building like shake. There was a huge boom and the building shook, like you could feel the vibrations in your feet. And we had the spirit box going, and Steve asked who did that. And it was almost like the scanning stopped. And it went, the demons did. But it's like it's messing with you. Like you know it's not evil, you know. I mean, we laughed about it because it was a funny moment.
Right.
Like, they weren't trying to scare us. It was like, you know,
I mean, like the one.
it was also right after some people came here and insisted that there was a demon here and there's not.
No, I'm very well aware.
So we have a feeling that it's just like German.
Yeah.
Somebody heard some German.
We had German the first night I was here.
Yeah.
We were all sitting there. I said, what, wie heißt du? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how are you? Or,
And so that's part of the history, though. And then so if you're hearing a German word and you're trying to rationalize it in English, oh my gosh, guys, we have demons. Like that's
No, right, no, exactly. And you and I talked about that extensively that night at the school.
Yeah.
Like, did I label my video as like I challenged a demon? Yeah, absolutely, because I wanted to see how many clicks it'd get. But I know for a fact that like I don't like throwing demon around like, oh,
I'm Zach
I think you
Vegas.
stated that in the video too. Like you're like, I don't like throwing that
no,
word
because
around. And
demon is such a generic word now in our field.
Yes.
Like,
well,
it's an overused.
everything's
Overused.
demonic these days. And
Yeah.
I kind of want to be like, did you ever think that the psychopathic murderer that resided in that prison is just still an asshole?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
it's not a demon.
No.
It's not. It's like, I mean,
It's just an asshole.
he was willing to kill women and children in real life. You think he's not going to be a dick to you? And he's just, come on now.
No, I completely agree.
Or that all ghosts only speak English. Give me a break.
No, absolutely. And that was something we tried at the Washera jail because someone had gotten, because Washera is where Edgeen was, you know, an inmate. And someone had investigated one of the rooms and they thought they got his mom to come through the spirit box, but it was in German because they were German immigrants. So we tried that. We asked questions in English, typed it into Google Translate because that's the best we could do, and we translated it to German and we played it. And I mean, granted, we didn't get anything, but it was something that we tried.
it was something new that we've never tried before.
Right.
But I will say,
It's that experimentation.
It's that experimentation.
Yeah.
But I will say, being in here in the school, I've never experienced anything other than something being playful. So church, whole nother ball game for me. And I'm not saying it's a demon. Something did try to move a cinder block though to shut a door on me. I will say that. I caught that. But that place has an intense energy at night, for sure.
Intense energy during the day.
All day.
First time I came here.
I've never been in there besides today during the day, really.
So,
First time I came here, first time I went in there, that's where I wanted to be. I just wanted to sit up in that balcony alone and just listen. Like something about it, I just wanted to be in there.
Right.
There's something about this place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It picks you. And it puts you where it needs you.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it will guide you. I mean, there are sessions that we started in the school, and it kept walking us to the church. Start in the basement, go up, and sure enough, and then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. I mean, that's what I love about this place, and that's why we want to experiment. You know, and we were talking just before about what we wanted to try, our favorite things. You know, the one thing I really want to experiment with are frequencies. Like Kara was talking about with the frequencies of the light and the red light. You know, that's working on, you know, color frequencies. You can manipulate an environment. I mean, I'm not talking about 19 hertz, the fear frequency. But to flood an area to actually thin the veil further with other frequencies, you know, and these are experiments that have been already going on, and we've been involved in one. But I want to try it here and see what that reaction is. You know, and I know what frequencies to play, and I've been talking with Jay Prather about it, and he's given me a couple ideas to use. And he's like, yeah, try it, you know, for like 15 minutes beforehand, before you investigate. Flood it with this. And, you know, ion generators, negative ion generators, not just EM pumps.
Okay.
But these are like actual experiments, right? That we've seen results on. And I'm like, okay.
yeah.
Now I'm about to play fuck around and find out. Let's see.
If you guys want to learn more about like that whole thing and what we've been experimenting with that, we're actually partnering. Our team is with IDC Institute. Those are the direct links. A lot of people don't know what the direct links are because
They've probably seen them.
They just had them on Expedition X at Trans-Allegheny, but it is the most amazing piece of equipment you can own. It literally, you have to have your finger placed on the antenna area so that you physically become the antenna.
You're the conduit.
And
that's cool.
It's absolutely amazing. And he sells this equipment. They said we're actually going to have pieces of that equipment here for people to use when they come and do public investigation with us. And buy. Right?
Sign me up for one, please.
Yes, but the IDC Institute is, we're gonna partner heavy with them just so we really can break through that paranormal box. And J.W. Prather is who does that. He does it with Austin Maynard and Eric Moore, who are two other just amazing men in the paranormal community. Actually, the documentary for the experiment is going to be on Scare Network TV by the end of this year, and it is something that's going to be absolutely huge. But we're so excited because when we all were like, we're going to do this team and we're all going to hang out, and it's like, well, now all these guys get to do these experiments with us, and I can't wait to go into another different dimension, like with Kara and Drew and DJ,
And try to investigate
because
the other side.
Yeah, because there is a hyper realm that you can go into where you're still here. You're just kind of like on Stranger Things, you're in the upside down.
Right.
And that's all frequency based.
Yeah.
That's what unlocks it. Heavy sync and stuff like that. So I mean that's
vibrates, right?
It's crazy.
I just want to see if I can meet up with the people who mean the most to me, in a different realm, because we did it with a bunch of people we didn't know.
Yeah.
But to do it with people that we do know and
are close with.
Yeah.
We have that emotional connection.
Are we able to find each other on the other side?
Man, we need to do something.
That would be
so cool. because that was something I like to toy around with the idea of, especially when I've been doing more guided investigations at like the asylum and the school. Is I tell some people who come through, I'm like, think about it this way, like we're in their space. Just because it looks like this to us doesn't mean it looks like this to them. Like, it could still be an active hospital. It could be an active school. Like, so that's something I've been playing around with in terms of that experiment. Is
here's something that'll blow your mind.
Oh, please.
Oh yeah.
What if you're investigating yourself?
I thought about that.
No, that was the
Richard
night that
Estep.
Richard Estep looked at me and he goes, Kayla, you seem to like really love this place. And I go, yeah, I do. Like there's a few places that I really love, or I get called back to quite loudly. And he goes, have you ever thought, because time does not exist, time is not a real thing, it's something we created. It's like, have you ever thought that you're just investigating yourself? Like
You're
after
talking
you
to
pass
yourself.
it, this energy is this is the energy that comes back.
You're still coming back. You're investigating from another dimension, and I've heard of it. Investigators getting answers and stuff. That's the well.
But is it also like when people call the doppelgangers and
Right.
mimics? Is it really not a doppelganger or a mimic? Is it really just
Version
your
yourself.
energy?
Yeah.
Are you just in a is that a parallel dimension that's just calling to you because they're investigating that?
So we'll sit down, we'll have these conversations.
It
Like,
goes
we're
down the rabbit hole so
investigating,
fucking
and
quick.
it just, we get so much activity just by having this conversation.
Yeah. Right.
Because you never know what's going to happen. So we can be in the school and we're talking for like 4 hours, not moving.
And all of a sudden,
boom,
time, it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, we've noticed that sometimes we're investigating and then all of a sudden it felt like 5 minutes and it's been like 2 hours.
Well, like I said, our
Yeah.
conversation at the dinner table.
Yeah, we were here. It felt like 10, 15 minutes and we sat at this table for a good 2.5 hours.
It just blows my mind that it went by that fast.
Yeah, because I remember putting that video together and I was like, Taylor, like, we were there for how long? And you said 15 minutes. I went, no, we were there for 2.5 hours getting this much, like,
I don't know
connection.
if we had that kind of experience at other places.
I've never
where we
had that
sat
experience
there
in
and
other
thinking
places.
time flies.
No, every other time it's been like, well, I mean, time has gone by a lot faster because a lot of places now have been, all right, you can be here, but you can be here from like 8 to 4 a.m. or till 2 a.m. or things like that, which is fine. But it's just, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm on a shitty time crunch now. Like I want to hit these spots before we leave. But when we're here and we have the ability to be here for 8 to 10 to 12 hours, however long we've been here, and you're just like sitting here for 2 hours and it doesn't feel like it, you're like, oh shit, what just happened?
Relaxing and being able to just take in the experience.
That night when we were all sitting there in the dark, when I had to work the next day, it was like I was here from 7 and all of a sudden it was 10 o'clock and I had to go already. It's like crazy. And all we did was sit in there. That's the night we heard the German language, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean,
Just
like,
flew by.
that's what's so great is when you can have that time just feel like time just disappears.
Yeah,
And then all
almost
of a
like time dilation.
Yeah, but like you said, you've done like the guided tours. We have an event that we have just recently announced, October 25th and 26th. 10 people come and join us for an investigation, and we don't want people to think, oh, we're going to lead you on a 3-hour tour.
No, it's...
You know, we're not going on the SS Minnow and kind of 3-hour tour and we're done and we do everything. It's going to be a night of experimentation. We're actually going to have those. What's included with the cost of getting in is you're actually going to get to investigate. You'll be able to rent out equipment. You'll be able to conduct experiments with us.
You'll just borrow.
Well, not rent, but you know what I mean. You hand over your ID and we give you the equipment, that kind of thing. But you'll have equipment to use if you don't have your own, and you'll be able to conduct experiments with our team. And we're going to do the experiments. We're going to do Estes with these people and teach them how to do that and do all of that. But it's also not 3 hours. We're committing to a full 8-hour night investigation with everyone.
I saw that post from you guys. I'm like, that is by far one of the greatest ideas anybody's had in this area.
And it's different. You don't see that. you know, it's always okay. You know, here's a 3-hour gig or 2-hour gig with 1 hour of this, and we're like, that it's rushing you through.
Yeah.
Everything picks up, and then we gotta leave.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, when you're in that like 3-hour time block, it's so much we have to stop here. It's too structured, and I hate to say it, you don't get activity when you're structured.
I know.
You let the activity take you.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has their own experience.
The leaders, whatever, the tour guides get burnt out too, doing the same thing over.
Oh yeah,
they feel like
get a test. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
There was the other night where we had our first group come through and nothing happened. Not a single thing happened. Our second group comes in and the energy felt different from them. Mm-hmm. So we started, all of a sudden things started picking up in my group. I'm like, okay, this is cool. And then I was looked at the time, I was like, oh shit, like either, all right, I'm gonna give people the choice right now. Like activity's happening. We could go to the next area or we can say F it and just stay here. Mm-hmm. And they chose to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
And I let them, like I let the group choose.
Right.
I was like, we could either go here. I can't promise anything's gonna happen, but things are happening right now. We can keep the communication going, or we can close it off and be like, see you guys, like sorry. Like and they chose to keep it going, and we did. And that's how we spent the latter half.
Some above us.
Yeah.
Above us.
Yeah.
I think they're just all trying to go in there like
I think
kind of experimenting and like they're ready for everyone to come out. So like book your spot on the weekend now. Like
I don't know. It's gonna be a fun time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I mean, even like trying to be able to do dual Estes, you know, like maybe at the altar and up in the balcony, or down in the basement and up on the altar. You know,
oh, that'd be wild. That one feels wild. Like you saying it gave me goosebumps.
We've been testing remote Estes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We had when we did the haunted Mason Lodge in Keithsburg.
Okay.
I had a buddy FaceTime me, and he was the only one to ask the questions, and we were getting responses. When we did Whispers Estate, you were in the car because you were sick. You were sick, but we had the walkie, and we were asking questions through that way.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't push anything on the walkie. I was just asking questions, but we used the walkie to let me know if you were under or if you're coming out.
I don't remember if I got anything. That night is such a blur to me right now because it's not because it like. I'll be honest with you, nothing happened.
Yeah.
Not a single thing happened at Whispers Estate. Everybody labels it a demon house, and it's not.
There was a bunch of kittens outside.
There was a bunch of cats out there.
There are.
In the building, and then they meowed at me, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, my experience at Whisper Estates is not so much that it is negative, but that it is a created highway.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because, like, for me, what it felt like is it literally felt like things were just rushing through, but there's a room full of mirrors. There's a seance room.
Well, yeah.
You got a lot of people who are going in there and going, "Whoa, I'm a big time paranormal investigator. I can do this."
And I've got Google.
And then all of a sudden you're opening up something that you just can't close. And now you've just got an absolute. But you're right. It's not like they're interacting with you. Like we didn't have a lot that night for direct communication.
No.
Were you? Yeah, you were there then.
Yeah, I actually had to walk out at one point.
Well, yeah, because it's overwhelming there.
I had to walk out during our walkthrough of the place. They started talking, and again, I don't claim to be anything, but I'm told I'm more empathic. So my anxiety tends to spike when I feel the overwhelming energy or something's about to happen in terms of like one of our pieces of gear lighting up or going off or anything like that.
It was like when we first started and we were in the waiting room right before the doctor's office or whatever. He's like, I gotta go. Like my heart's beating really fast. I'm gonna take a walk outside quick.
I felt wildly annoyed in that place, which I think everyone who was with me that night could tell. I mean, they're like, you're a bitch. And I'm like, I'm more. But I mean, that has so much to do with what it felt like in that building.
No.
Yeah, that was,
You heard that too?
yeah.
Squeak?
No, it was a phone.
Yeah, something just like sounded like something like on the floor or something.
Yeah.
On,
Oh, I was
from the
gonna say,
thing.
'cause I just put my foot back on the thing, but I'm over here.
No, it sounded
It
like.
was right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely am not over there.
Or
I know
are you? We're gonna find out.
But yeah, no, that place, like, I always told her, like, I always told her, every time we're going far away for a place, I'm like, oh, we're gonna pay for this place and nothing's gonna happen. We're gonna pay for this place, nothing's gonna happen. And then we'll usually get something like, okay, that was worth the trip. No, that place, we paid for the place and nothing happened. I went, I'll be honest, out of every single YouTube video about this place that has come out, they're always like, this is the demon house. Da, 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 da. I'm like, I know it's not about the clicks anymore, but my credibility just shot through the roof. Nothing happened to me there. Not a single thing. I never saw anything. Maybe the REM pod went off once. My bell went off once. Other than that, not a thing. I'm like, all right, it's done.
Yep.
Like, the story writes itself now, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that can change though. So like I always try to go in with saying, without saying, if nothing happens, I'm never coming here again.
Right.
That was just our experience
Yeah.
that night.
Right.
People
Because
have
what
a
if you
lot.
go back like tomorrow,
Right.
and you have a ton of things happen? You know, I mean, like I remember the last time that I was at Villisca, we did
There's
a
a
2
fly
night.
in the face.
We did something for we did a 2-night investigation. The first night we went in, didn't have a whole lot of activity, heard mostly the train. There was some stuff, but not a lot. The second night we actually stayed there. We had so much more activity that second night. And when I woke up, we had things happening that were actually coinciding with like things that you read in the newspapers for like what happened with the family and the kids and everything.
Right.
And it was just like crazy how different it was from one night to the next. You know, and I feel like it's that way everywhere.
No, I'm not saying like the place isn't haunted or anything like that. It's just like a lot of people on YouTube right now who are doing like paranormal content and things like that, who are bigger, are being debunked as like, oh, you're faking this now. Like all this activity you're getting is all fake. You're pulling fishing wire. You're cutting it up, and it's ruining everybody's. It's ruining everybody's
watching YouTube. Paranormal
Exactly. So when and I made that a point in a video because it was just me and her husband sitting in this room where the closet's supposed to like open, and we're like trying to get any type of interaction, and I'm like, dude, everything that they told us could be so easily faked right now. I could literally tie up a string right now, pull it, and the door will open.
Right.
I'm not. I'm sitting here trying to do all this stuff. Nothing's happening. Every piece of evidence that I've captured or that we've captured in any video from now on, I feel is more legitimate. Because I finally went to a place to document
6.5, 7 hours away.
Yeah, but I went to a place to document it on film and put it together in a video, and I got nothing. I never experienced anything.
That's the best part about it. That's
and be
the
able to
best
walk
part.
away
I was
from it
upset,
and
so
say,
now I'm not.
Yeah.
oh well, you know, shit happens, but I'm not gonna fake it.
No.
You know,
Like,
put
that's
out a video that says, "Man, sorry, nothing today."
I mean,
Nothing.
at least you're an entertaining person, so I'm sure it was still an entertaining video.
I haven't put it together yet. I've been a bit busy. But it's just like, I can finally say, like, yeah, I caught this EVP on my camera's audio. I can't say that, you know, like, before I was like, oh, maybe it's the chair creaking. Like, but I labeled it. But listening back, now I can be like, oh, no, that for sure happened. This is not anything.
Yeah, everything that, like, even just walking through to do B-roll can just debunk it right away.
Oh my God.
AC's blowing, we know that's why this is happening.
Yeah.
House is on a slant, floors are creaking because it's old. Bumping, it's stepping on that one floorboard in the attic, and it sounded like a big bang on the wall, but it was just everything
that attic
settling.
space, and where they had like the bed frame, that metal bed frame or whatever, and they're like don't lay on this or whatever, but it like rattles or something. Well, I was shooting some B-roll to cover up my intro for the video, and
That's my elbow.
Oh, it was your elbow?
I got excited
It
there for a
started up
second
there.
too.
It's like I had to look up. No, but we're shooting this B-roll, and then all of a sudden we just hear bang, and I jumped backwards almost into her, and we're like, what the was that? And then we debunk it as
My husband comes over and steps on the floor, and it
and it created the same one because it shifted the floor enough where it banged against it because it's just 2x4s of this doorway, and it shifted the floor enough where it cracked the wood enough to make a banging noise.
Yeah.
So we were just like, oh, bam, all right.
If you're not a light stepper, if you're a heavy stepper.
Well, also when you're a heavy guy like me, it's, you're gonna make a heavier footstep.
Well, and you don't know that happens to be the trick spot.
Yeah.
You just get shit out of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd like.
It's cool that you found it. And you didn't play it up. Hey, you could have played that up on video.
I sure
times.
And I recorded it too. Like everything was on camera. I was like, all right, and we debunked it right away.
Yeah, and we recorded our findings.
Us debunking it.
Yep. And see, that's key to this field. Yeah. Nobody does that anymore. Everyone is up for the fear factor. And that's why they keep playing up at other haunted locations. Oh, well, yeah, now we got the crawler here and,
this, there, and that.
Oh, speaking of a crawler, that is by far one of the claims at the Washera County Historical Society is that schoolhouse that they have down the road that they let you go into. Mm-hmm. They say something crawls on the ceiling.
And people see it.
Well, we didn't see it. We heard it.
Mm-hmm.
We heard it. Granted, again, it was right after 4th of July. People are still lighting fireworks off.
But you can hear the footsteps and then
we can discern between what's a firework going off versus something that's on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, we hear that she's on the opposite ends of this schoolroom, and we hear that she gets up and is obviously freaked out because I would be too if I was just heard that, and then also you hear slam like a door slams. There's only one door into this building, so I'm thinking, oh, it's a house. The closest house is 100 yards away.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to hear that door slam unless you're really angry about something
which usually followed by police sirens and domestic.
Yeah. But you hear a just slam, and we're like, easy. We went out, and the guy, his name's Tom. He helps run the Washera County Historical Society. He goes, "You guys okay?" Because he heard the slam.
Oh, okay.
We were like, yeah, we heard something crawl on the ceiling.
So we went around the building on the outside, checked everything, made sure there's no holes for animals to get in.
Yeah, it's all patched. There was one, but it's patched up. Mm. And he goes, because I heard a slam. And I'm like, did somebody fall? Are they good? No, we just heard a door get slammed. We just don't know where it came from.
Oh, you never found the door that's slammed?
No, again, the closest, there's 2 houses way back there, but again, they're 100 yards away.
I think that was the only time we heard that slam too.
Yeah, we only heard it one time.
And then we heard the footsteps on the ceiling
a few times.
2 more times.
Yeah.
But it was only I don't know, when we were sitting over there.
Yeah, it was only when one of us sat in that corner by the teacher's desk. Because we didn't
hear it when we were by the front door.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I'm chalking it up to something unexplained. I'm not saying it's the crawler, but I'm also saying,
something happened.
Is there an animal in the wall that we just don't know about?
A raccoon or something?
Yeah, again, we checked the outside, and there was only one hole that we saw, and it was patched. Mm-hmm. But who's to say something's not living inside?
Right.
It's some other way.
Yeah.
Right. So
unexplained. Yeah.
Not
saying paranormal, but
definitely scary as shit when you're sitting.
Oh yeah.
It's black.
Right above your head.
I mean, this place, twice we had it happen. This whole house shook.
Oh.
I mean, like a bomb went off. Lightning struck it. To the point, it shook everything. Went outside to look. And it was crystal clear night. there was no clouds. That I can't explain. I don't know what that is, but it's could it be geology? You know, could it have been an earthquake or something? Yeah, it could have been. We're on a fault.
We're on a fault.
We are on a fault.
But
That's for sure.
it's unexplained and it's abnormal. It's not an everyday occurrence, and it wasn't in the news. So, and it did it.
And you don't watch the local news, so you wouldn't know if it was in the news.
I listen to it on the radio.
That counts.
But yeah, there's so much to this field that it's almost impossible to say we die and there's nothing.
Can't be.
I mean,
There's too much.
science even, you know, just energy cannot be created nor destroyed. And that's what we are.
Right.
We're electrical energy. So we have to go somewhere. So
Yeah.
where do we go?
Can't just go.
I mean,
black and there's nothing.
Well,
I
I think we just lose our meat suit, you know?
Yeah.
I like to believe you just become connected back, say, plugged in to everything else.
Yeah, somewhere
So
else.
now you become fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional, 11th dimensional. You know, now you're connected to everything.
Right.
And I think that's what we're investigating, is those entities.
One thing I wanted to ask you guys, because you're one of the first paranormal teams I've had on this podcast, what are your thoughts? Because you and I have discussed theories about what happens when you die, like how spirit can be here, but also in like another location. Yeah. So
quantum entanglement.
Well, that's a really good answer, actually. Because also, because you have like people who are like, let's give an example of like Al Capone. He's seen in Chicago. He's seen in Wisconsin. He's seen at a bunch of different locations where he was jailed at Alcatraz. He's heard there. What are your thoughts on that kind of like
Theory
of? Because I think of it as like a puzzle piece, and I guess you can dumb it down for some people to say it's like the Horcruxes from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you're like
Bringing
splitting
your
your soul.
nerd stuff.
But like you're splitting your soul into like different pieces and like.
I don't even think that.
It's like
I think speed of light is created by us. It's a physics thing. What's faster than speed of light? Speed of thought. I can just blink. I'm there. If I'm energy, I'm pure energy plugged into this matrix, whatever. All I have to do is think it. I'm there.
Okay.
I can think there. I can think there. I can think there. I can think there.
The other
Quantum
thing,
entanglement proves two photons can be in completely different locations and react independently of each other, but they're the same one.
and then also on the whole entire thing, humans created time. There is no such thing as time dimensions. Are you talking to a Al Capone, but along a different parallel dimension?
Or like portals or stuff like that. We don't know what is actually out there, just like the universe. Like we don't know what's in space. So how are we gonna know when we're investigating the paranormal? Is there a portal? Is there a different timeline that we're talking to? We don't know. We just know that we're connecting with them at that time, but how do we know that they're actually in this location and not somewhere else? I mean, that we can dig into it however long you want, but we can also try and figure it out as a paranormal community. It's something that we're trying to look into as well. So it's an answer that I'm willing to find, but what is that?
Rest.
And it takes,
you know what I mean?
the minds like yours, and you guys say you sit and talk about that stuff, so do we. And it takes those minds to come together and kick stereotypical investigation to the curb. Like, hey, now that what has that gotten us in the last 40 years?
Right.
We got the same 10 questions.
Well, and I think like a lot of people too are, you expect, you know, if you come across, say, Al Capone here, you're not going to come across him anywhere else. You know, you just think that, oh, you know, he's specifically here. But like, why does he have to be? I mean, we went to St. Albans and did an investigation, and he had a spirit there come to First Ward Schoolhouse in Wisconsin Rapids, and then they said that they would go to another investigator's home.
Yeah, that was something that happened when we went.
It wasn't an attachment.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't like attached to him where they followed him everywhere they went. It was just, they said, you know, through EVPs, they said, you know, I go visit him. And then they were with him at First Ward Schoolhouse when they were there investigating.
Yeah, is it getting ghost stalkers?
I get ghost stalkers all the time.
Bill from Broadhead was telling us when we went there last year that there was a guy who came in to investigate. He was part of one of the TV show, I don't remember which one, but he would come and then he would go to a different place and he'd get that spirit from Broadhead coming through his EDP in the spirit box and be like, hey, what's going on? We just want to hang out. I'm like, that's so cool to like think about. And that's where I was thinking about maybe if you're an asshole in life, you're gonna be an asshole in death. That's a really good point.
It's true though.
It's true. It's very true. Like it's very solid and grounded to think about it that way. But like, that's why I was trying to like think maybe, oh, it could be more residual energy in that type of sense, and that's why I was thinking more of like a puzzle piece to make up that whole thing. I don't know.
The way I rationalized it, that whole, if you're an asshole, you're gonna stay an asshole, and I have to. I'm Christian. I have to give that Christian explanation behind things as to what's intelligent, what's residual, and what's my rationalization, which could be completely wrong, is that your residual haunt are those people who had the sudden deaths, like suddenly got murdered, suddenly died in a car accident, like you woke up, it was a normal day, and then boom, you're dead. So are they just on a loop because they don't realize? Do they just relive that same day because they're trying to rationalize, you know? Because when people talk about a residual haunt, the faucet turns on at 4 a.m. and I don't know why. Every single day at 4 a.m. Well, is it because at 4 a.m. that morning that person went and washed their face before they left and then died? And then I think the intelligent haunts are those people who have moved on, have gone and seen the Lord, went to heaven, but they talk about guardian angels and everything else. So are you able to come back and visit? But then when you think about, why are prisons so haunted, guys? Well, would you really want to go face judgment?
Yeah.
Like, is that why it's a dark haunt? Because do you really want to go get sentenced to hell? I mean, you already survived hell on earth. You went to prison.
Right.
So why wouldn't you just stay there and continue having your existence? So that's why I'm such a firm believer in if you were an asshole while you're alive, you're going to be an asshole when you're dead.
Really good point, Frank, too.
It's like I think it's called the stone tape theory.
Yeah.
Where like dramatic events happen and like the energy
makes that imprint
in the wood or the brick or whatever.
Well, even on a place like this, like on a fault line, you were saying what? It's limestone.
It's limestone.
Limestone.
It's quartz limestone.
Limestone is supposed to be a conductor, right. So again, this place is such. It's in a weird spot. And that's the
highest point in the Holy Land.
Yeah.
I don't know about ley lines. I haven't actually looked at them. Kind of don't want to know.
He keeps bringing it up and not looking at it.
I do.
I'm gonna be that person who's gonna go home, Google it, and be like, "Hey, honey, you said you didn't want to know."
I'm just
slides manila folder over.
It says classified. But I don't know. I don't think I really want to know the ley line part of it. Because there's enough right now that tells me, scientifically, there's enough that is thin the veil here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Indians said it was sacred. The Brothertown Indians. So, if it goes back that far, and they recognized it. And then all of a sudden, a Protestant lady said a Catholic church must be built on this location. That was why she donated the land. That was it. And they did it. I mean, it's almost like everything on this property was guided.
Well, even think of when they chose the name.
Yeah,
for
Jericho.
This place, Jericho.
I mean,
and you think of the walls of Jericho and the unbreakable city that was. It's just one of those things where you're like, too much added up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, literally, this town goes like 6 houses that way, 6 houses that way, 2 houses that
It's
way.
not very big.
That way, yeah.
It is just tiny.
It's compact. It's very compact.
This is Jericho.
Yeah.
And this was the center of their life.
Yeah.
I mean, everything happened here from birth to death. You had your first communion here. You were baptized. You got married. And
You confess your sins. Let's go confess
And there was
our
actually,
sins.
originally on that original plat map I got, there was a public school right across the street. So you had a Catholic school and a public school. So man, it's insane to think, but yeah, you only got 1st through 8th grade. Because guess what? After that, you went to the farm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this got him away from the farm. Yeah, there's probably bad memories here. This was what they knew. It was either that or the farm. I think I'd choose come hang out here.
For sure.
But it was definitely the heartbeat of the community for over 100 years. For over 100 years, you lived and died right on this property.
They didn't go outside this. It's crazy. But it's really cool to know that you can stand in a part of the church in the basement and literally be in 1881.
Yeah.
It's f***ing phenomenal. It blows your mind just thinking that.
Yeah, I agree. Do you have anything else?
I think so.
Well, I want to thank you guys for being on here, unless you guys have any final thoughts or...
No, definitely everyone get in contact with us, and we hope to see a bunch of people at our public investigation.
For sure.
Or book this place.
October 25th
Or
and
book
26th is our public and it's an investigation. Like we said, we're gonna experiment. We're gonna get wild, and you get to do all the crazy stuff you heard us talk about today.
And we'll have snacks.
Yeah.
Snacks, drinks. I might even bring some pizza.
Sold. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can book this place. All you have to do is reach out find us on Facebook, Warhorse Paranormal or Jericho Haunted Trinity, and you $400, all 3 buildings.
Oh my god.
From 7 at night till 9 in the morning.
Once I give birth, I'm coming back.
And if you book 2 consecutive nights, it's $600.
My daughter's going by her grandparents.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this episode of the Ghost in Us podcast. I want to thank you guys again, and we'll see you next time. All the links will be in the description and be on Facebook and wherever else I decide to post this. So that's where it'll be. All right, thanks. Bye.